friends, welcome to another episode that like Luggage, talking about the situation we face every day becomes easier when we do it together. So
welcome to Venezuela.
so let's come together learning to be who to life. Hi Anita, how are you?
Maria, I feel so happy to be back here with you. How are you today?
I am also very happy to be available to share again at our weekly meeting. But today I see you a little pensive.
Yeah, well, Maria, lately I've been mulling over this famous let them go theory in my head. And it's funny because when you read it in a post or someone tells you about it, it sounds like the most logical and simple advice in the world. Yeah, because if someone's want to leave, let them go. Or if they misunderstand you, don't say anything and let them be. But God put it into practice, feel like a slow death of your own ego. Yeah, it's as if they were tearing out a part of you to be right.
Yes, I got it. It's very hard to just sit back and do nothing when you feel like you are being misunderstood, or even more when you realize that they can't go on with their life without you. And it's not just in romantic relationship, to maybe with friends or even at work. Is the ego the who speak for you in this moment, in this situation. So it's very difficult for me, for example, because the ego take a hit. So Anita, why do you think it's so painful?
Well, I think deep down, when someone choose a path where you aren't, or decide to, I don't know, think the worst of you, all those wounds you thought were healed suddenly open up. Yeah. And it's when the mental chatter start. Am I good enough? Or I don't know. What does the other opinions have that I don't? So yeah, for me it's a traumatic reaction. Before my automatic response was control, I sent those endless messages on WhatsApp to, trying to make them see who I really am. But it wasn't for them. It was it was because of my terrible fear of being rejected.
My dear Anita, don't worry. I have to confess that I used to do the same things. And I know we aren't the only ones. I remember that when I was in the college, I had friends who needed help from the other friends. Maybe mainly to get our boyfriend attention back then. But in these days, is hearing too many explanations actually a way of trying to control who others say you, or are you trying to find your ego? Hope to hear the phrase "You are right about everything you say," or what lies behind in this ball where the ego and frustration take a central stake.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. But it's losing, isn't it losing a battle, Maria? Um, I don't know. Ultimately, when you realize you can't force anyone understand your truth if they just I don't know if they're already comfortable their own version of the events. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's better progress and be yourself.
Well, Anira, you don't think that maybe you need time for this because we are all different. We'll and we handle situation away is very different from one another. So maybe we make a mistake is comparing ourselves to other. So we say if he is already doing well. So we say if he is already doing well, I'm very happy with me. So why haven't I been able to do the same?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where self-deceptions comes in. I realized that my attitude of I don't know, I'm going to show them what they missing out on. But just was my big ego screaming for attention. I found myself passing stories on Instagram, fusing over every detail of my photos, because I want to project happiness I didn't feel. So yeah, now I understand that people who are truly at peace have nothing proof on social media.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
When you stop forcing a situation or asking someone if someone about act a certain ways, you can see who that person really is and what place you hold in their life. So let it go. Is easy. It's easier when you stop fighting really and start accepting it. Ultimately, it is an act of self-love. It's understand that you don't need to convince anyone about your value. So let it go. No, doesn't mean you don't care. Is when you stop when you stop allowing someone else's behavior to determine your inner balances.
Yeah, the thing is, if you stay somewhere where you're only tolerant out of obligation instead of somewhere you truly value, it's when you start to share to make yourself smaller just to fit in a relationship, in with your friends, with your family. And I don't want that anymore. I don't want this. I'm choosing the solitude, yeah, because it much rather they think like they losing me that I lose myself for other people.
Yes. That is the best dance you can do right now.
Yeah.
Humans are social creatures, so it's very difficult and hard to us to learn to be alone. But once we do, uh, we take the complete control of our life and our emotion. It's taught me quite a while to learn to be alone. Uh, mm, I don't remember quite a while to learn to be alone. Many sessions with my therapy, but above all, I need speak with love to myself. Maybe
Yeah. And finally, I understand now, letting go isn't losing, it's getting your energy back, yeah? And knowing my worth doesn't depends on who stays or who go.
Oh, you're right, but in this moment, Anira, if you call back to the version of you, the one hitting send paragraph, what would you say to convince her that the silence is the best autumn?
Oh, well, I tell her, put down the phone, Anna, and yeah, your worth doesn't depend, or you don't need win all the battles.
That's powerful,
Yeah.
because when you realize that
Yeah.
by not replying, so you getting the last word.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I have a question for you, Maria. You mentioned the ego often speaks for us. How do we know in the head of the moment if we are acting out of self-love or just a bruising ego?
It's the ego is loud. It's very loud. Um, it's one always an apology or you are right.
So the ego means to win, to fulfill better.
Yes, the self love is quiet. Is when you choose your peace over being right. So for me, this theory is peace. Is peace because the indifference confront the sentence, and this theory confront acceptance. So it's not about losing. It's about caring less, or is caring less? No, is controlling less.
Yeah, so it's not about losing yourself or losing your power. It's about stop and think the things.
So, if someone is not ready to walk beside you, simply let them. So, thank you for joining us on this journey of learning who to be and who to live.
Yes, see you at the next episode to keep life love.
And remember, at Luggage,
Nothing wins off down here.
bye.
Bye.
Yeah,
Eso fue lo que
sabía,
pasó.
solo pude pensar. Tenía que decir 2 años, Ana. Yo no supe dónde agarrarme, Ana.